the 18 WJTS News, good evening. I'm Charlotte Olson. The City of Jasper, in cooperation with the Indiana Department of Transportation and the U.S. Economic Development Administration, have announced plans for an upgrade to a water line and improvements along U.S. Highway 231 within the city. Pending approval of the 50/50 Economic Development Grant and local funding through Jasper, the water utility work will take place in 2018 and in 2019. The Jasper Utility Service Board will consider local funding to match the grant at its meeting this evening. In a release, Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz says that there has been a collaborative effort, and Seitz says that 231 water line has been a part of the city's future plans for several years, but says city officials knew that the city's work needed to be coordinated with INDOT's work first. Seitz says that the city has been discussing the plan with INDOT since last year, and they have budgeted for the project. In addition to the Jasper Water Utilities, INDOT, and the EDA, Seitz thanked the Jasper Street Engineering and Legal Departments and, of course, the Indiana 15 Regional Planning Commission for the cooperation. Following tonight's USB meeting, the Jasper Common Council will consider the resolution for the local funding at their meeting Wednesday evening. The approval process for the grant is expected to take several weeks. Seitz emphasizes that it will take a significant amount of engineering and coordination between local, state, and federal governments in the next couple of years to complete this 231 water line project. A Huntingburg man lost his life and 3 others were injured in a 3-vehicle accident along U.S. Highway 41 and Hillsdale Road in Evansville on Sunday. Deputies with the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Department were called to the scene of an accident where authorities say one of the vehicles involved was traveling east on East Hillsdale Road, before entering the intersection at 41. They said that the car hit a black SUV driven by 73-year-old Robert Turner of Huntingburg. Deputies say he was headed north on 41, and the impact of the collision caused the SUV to roll over several times before hitting a Jeep waiting on the turn right at the red light. There were 4 people in the SUV at the time. Turner was pronounced dead at the scene. The other 3 were taken to the hospital, and the driver of the other vehicles involved were not injured. Authorities say that their investigation in Sunday's fatal accident is still ongoing. A large crowd braved potential rainy conditions Saturday morning as they witnessed the annual Holy Trinity Catholic School cardboard regatta along the banks of the Patoka River at the Dave Beeler Plaza in Jasper. Coordinator Carrie Maringer says that more corporate sponsors and entries in general took part in this year's than years past. Maringer says that the regatta is a community event with a strong purpose.
We put on the regatta purely as a benefit to the community. It really is something, it's an outreach of Holy Family or Holy Trinity School for the community. There really isn't much fundraising involved. It's really just for fun for the community.
This year's winners include the community race winner, which went to the Ghost team consisting of Holy Trinity students Wyatt Troutman, Ben Sheeter, Mitchell Werner, Matthew Sternberg, Jax Bauer, and Carter Mundy. Corporate race winner, the Ruxer Ford and Jasper Engines and Transmissions team, represented by Gary Winesapple, Steve Winesapple, Chris Fleck, and Jake Bauer. Winners in other categories include Most Spectacular Sinking by Kimball Electronics, the Engineering Spectacle by Ruxer Ford and Jasper Engines. Best Theme goes to Ride Tech and Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Artistic Masterpiece goes to Chaos. The Spirit Award was then awarded to Last Minute Lucas Maringer, and the Best Dressed Crew was Stens Corporation, and various other community and corporate organizations also took part in the 2016 edition of the race. Gary Winesapple from the Ruxer Ford Jasper Engines team says that participating as a company holds an impact in serving the Jasper community.
Hugely important for any community to have a lot of involvement. It builds friendships in the community. It just builds communities, and as a business in this town, we want to be part of it. So once again, we're happy to do it. I think it's great for the community. We love to participate with the community, as most businesses do here in town. It's a great community. It's fun, and brings a lot of attention to Trinity School and those that are behind it, and we want to be part of that.
The Ruxer Ford Jasper Engines team has been participating since the beginning of the regatta and have won 4 times and placed second twice. The theme for the boat this year was a Vietnam River gunboat, which they spent over 50 hours constructing as time allowed beginning back in June. There was a great variety of creativity in this year's events, from a paddle boat Blue Dragon to a Batman boat to a Vikings rowing, and also many other creative ideas. Jasper residents are reminded that the Jasper Street Department, along with its contractor Rejuve Tech, will begin the next phase of their annual pavement preservation project this week. This rejuvenating project is scheduled to begin tomorrow, August the 16th, of course, weather permitting. Residents will be notified the day before their street is scheduled to be treated, and all motorists and residents should expect a few hours of road closure while the applied material dries on the roads. 4 local farms were recently recognized with the Hoosier Homestead Awards during a ceremony at the Indiana State Fair, marking 100 years or more of family farm ownership. The Maney Harris Farm, located in DuBois County, has been in operation since 1891 and received the Centennial Award. The Joanne Frederick Steinkamp Senior Farm, located in DuBois County, has been in operation since 1841 and received the Sesquicentennial Award. The Arvin Martyr Farm is located in Martin County and has been in operation since 1844 and also received the Sesquicentennial Award. And the Martyr Family Farm, located in Martin County, has been in operation since 1914 and received the Sesquicentennial Award. District 63 State Representative Mike Braun of Jasper says that Indiana's agricultural industry is a critical part of the local economy and generates more than $30 billion and employs more than 245,000 Hoosiers. Braun says that it's important to recognize these local farms for their contribution to the community and to the state. The Hoosier Homestead Award program recognizes farms that have been owned and maintained by the same family for 100 years or more. 2 award ceremonies are held each year in the spring and also in the summer to commemorate the achievements of farmers across our Hoosier state. Each year, millions of Americans get behind the wheel after drinking too much alcohol. About 1 in 3 traffic deaths in the United States involve a drunk driver. From 2003 to 2012, more than 2,000 people were killed in a car crash involving a drunk driver in Indiana. District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer of Jasper says thanks to efforts by local and state lawmakers, the rates of drunk driving and alcohol-related fatal crashes has decreased in recent years. Messmer says that this past session, the Indiana General Assembly passed Senate Enrolled Act 142, which increases penalties for operating while intoxicated in certain situations.
Senate Enrolled Act 142 states that a person who causes the death of someone while driving drunk will commit a level 4 felony instead of a level 5 if they have a previous conviction of operating while intoxicated within the last 10 years.
Messmer says that under this previous law, a person convicted of killing someone while driving drunk could serve as little as 1 year or up to a max of 6 years. He says with this new law, the minimum sentence is 2 years and the maximum sentence is 12 years.
Senate Enrolled Act 142 also states that habitual drunk drivers convicted of a level 6 felony may be committed to the Department of Corrections if they have received an enhanced sentence for being a habitual offender. Also, a person who operates a motorboat while intoxicated will receive an enhanced penalty if they have a previous conviction.
Messmer says that lawmakers hope that this law will save Hoosier lives by making people think twice before getting behind the wheel after drinking. As always, feel free to contact Messmer's office directly with any questions and concerns by emailing them at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or give them a phone call at 800-382-9467. Keep it right here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.